like every thought has a meaning and a value, and I would just ruminate and ruminate and ruminate. Be like, well, what is God trying to tell me in this thought? What is God trying to teach me in this? If I think this, what does this say about my faith? If I'm thinking about myself, I'm not thinking about God, so this doesn't matter. So I just had a lot of shame and guilt around my anxiety because I tend to catastrophize and like future trip and all these things. And for me, it just felt like a spiritual deficiency. And so then I got like super into apologetics and like went to these apologetic conferences and tried to debate atheists about evolution. Because like if I have some degree of like truth, maybe that will make these symptoms less.
If you have certainty about your
Yeah.
faith, maybe your brain will just like fall in order.
So that's what's so freaking hard about anxiety is because when I was younger and I was in that world, there was a degree of certainty. Like there was a degree of if I follow these rules, if I do these things, this is what it means to have a faith. And everything just felt certain. And I feel like what's so hard is like faith was used as a coping mechanism for everything, and that's not what it's designed to be. So by the time I left, it was just like I had no idea how to control my emotions or do anything because I had no coping mechanisms.
Your coping mechanism is God, right? That's it. It's just like cast all your cares upon him and he will magically fix it.
Yeah.
And turns out it's not actually the case.
And now like I'm in my 30s and I just don't know how to handle uncertainty. And then I just get these like control kicks. And like I'm trying to control some aspect of my life because I'm just so used to having that like somewhat safe place, or even if it was just a complete delusion and not real, like it was an easier way to live. This is harder.
Yeah, I was talking about a similar thing with my therapist, and she was like, oh, it's so interesting that you describe church as a safe place. Like, talk about that. And I realized that it was because there were guardrails. There were these rules that I thought were so hard and so exact that if I just followed them, that everything, you know, like you're saying, would just kind of ease away, and that I would get to be one of those